know what is what.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is Cult of the Living Dead.
All right, guys, well, welcome back to another episode of Cult of the Living Dead. We are back again this week. So just for a reminder for listeners, if you tuned in last week and you're like, yo, where's my episode? We're doing bi-weekly drops for like the next 6-ish months because Dale got a new job and my schedule is a little bit more hectic right now. So we're kind of playing it by ear, but for sure you'll get 2 a month. It gives us a little bit more time to kind of record and edit and stuff. So bear with us. But because we are doing this new schedule, we decided we're going to finish the last 3 Lynch movies. And this week we are covering 1986's Blue Velvet.
Ooh, velvet. That song was stuck in my head the whole time.
Lynch's most critically acclaimed film, like in popularity wise, I think. I mean, I know Dennis Hopper won best supporting actor in this movie.
Yeah, and like everything you look up, this is one of his
highest rated films.
Like highest rated movies, yeah. This is a certified banger for the Lynch fans.
Stick around to the end of the episode and see where we rank it thus far in our pantheon of Lynch. But as always, you are listening to The Dale, and I am joined by my co-host, Mr. Cea.
Hello.
Juan is still out on sabbatical. We'll let you know when he's returning soon. All right, so Blue Velvet. Directed by the man who needs no introduction. Rest in peace, my dear sweet prince, Mr. David Lynch himself. Lynch has been, if you're a long-time listener, you know he's been like the man was in real life. He's been kind of a mixed bag.
That's a word, yeah, for sure.
We either love his movies or we really don't like it. At least me and Twan for sure.
Yeah.
Like half his filmography, I think I have like in the A- range, and then like the other half, I'm like, this movie is like a C, D-. This movie sucked.
Yeah.
So I find that it's kind of crazy that I don't think there's any other filmmaker I've seen where I have such strongly different opinions on his movies depending on what movie.
Each movie, but it's I feel like it's also because each movie has a completely different vibe.
That's true.
But I mean, he does have like Lynchisms within his movies, but each movie is like its own different experience.
And it's funny too, because like Blue Velvet is what, his 4th movie?
1, 2, 3, yeah, his 4th.
And I feel like as he becomes more, I don't know, older, more mature in his filmmaking, the Lynchisms just get turned up.
Yeah,
they get turned up.
I think because he was still developing his Lynchisms, you know?
I can feel like his first movie, Eraserhead, is just one giant Lynchism.
Yeah, but he didn't know it yet.
He didn't know it yet.
Yeah.
And then he's like, shit, you didn't mean I can't make movies like Eraserhead all the time or else I won't make money? All right, let me do some weird scenes in every single movie I make.
Yeah.
Because, that's my thing.
I read about this movie and I might be jumping like too far ahead, but he tried to get this movie out a couple of times and it wouldn't come out because of the way like it was as it was. And he said that he rethought the process of the movie and he tried to get it closer to what he did with Eraserhead, where there's like some like weird stuff going on within it too. And eventually it ended up coming out. But I think that's interesting that you point that out, that like he was like, okay, I gotta like get back to that Eraserheadness to do some like wild stuff. But also if you look at his movies right before this,
was Elephant Man, right?
Was Dune.
Oh, Dune.
And then before that was Elephant Man, and then Eraserhead. The creation. So it's only his 4th movie.
What a starting 4 though.
For sure.
I haven't seen Dune.
I haven't seen Dune. Yeah.
I liked it when I was younger. I know it's considered like kind of boring.
That's our next one, right?
Yeah, that'll be our next one. Spoiler alert. We're gonna cover Dune next.
Yeah.
Um,
Knock
so
out
we'll see.
all the early ones to leave the fucking the one I've been wanting to watch for the final. I'm excited for this.
It would have been interesting to watch them in order, but
Yo, that would have been crazy. Next, I think if ever I introduce anyone to Lynch and I'm showing them and I have control, I'm gonna do it that way.
nice.
Yeah,
Because it does
Force them.
escalate.
It escalates so much, man. Also, just going back on his like list, like going from Eraserhead to Elephant Man, man, Elephant Man was such a good movie. I
It's
mean,
just
both
like a good ass movie.
yeah, both of those movies were really I thought really good. Elephant Man,
I really like Eraserhead too.
such a solid film. I wonder where Dune. I know I heard you said that it's not like well liked.
It's like too long. Like it's such a long book. Like what Villy did,
yeah,
Denis Villeneuve did, like splitting it up into two movies is a smart move. It's like an 800-page book, and like
Yeah.
Lynch tried to do it in like 3 hours.
it's a 3 hour movie.
It's like 2 hours and 55 minutes or something.
Okay,
It's a long one.
yeah, okay. That's going to be interesting. It's also interesting too that it's an IP already, and like it's his interpretation of it. So that's going to be fun because he's already
He
already
hated
weird.
it so much he never did an IP ever again.
Oh yeah, he didn't.
Everything else was I think written, produced, or like directed by him, or at
Yeah.
least written and directed. He
Well,
never, except up until Straight Story.
Great story. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
also a banger of a movie.
Also, yeah. I mean, he does really good biopics.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He should have did Dune as if it was a biopic on Paul Atreides.
Brother, yo, that would have been nuts. Almost like how in the intro of book 2 when it's like his inquisitor interviewing one of the people that he captured. Like in that way, that would have been a cool way to do
That would have been kind of sick.
a different interpretation. Yo,
Or like a legend.
yeah, yo, hell yeah, look at you.
Like
coming
a
up with
third
these-
person perspective on like what they think Paul Atreides is.
Yeah, damn.
That would be kind of cool because they do see him as a god. We're getting sidetracked.
They
from
do.
Dune
They do.
talk.
We're about to fucking start talking about Dune real quick.
Save it for Dune.
Yeah.
So Lynch, as we listed off a bunch of his movies. So far up to this time, we've seen Eraserhead, Elephant Man, Up Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, Straight Story, Mulholland Drive, and Inland Empire.
Yep.
As prolific as a director he is, he only made like not that many movies.
You know, I like it though. I feel
Well,
like
he also did what's it called? Twin Peaks. This
Twin
is like
Peaks.
I've never seen. Maybe we should watch it now. I don't know. We'll see.
He's done 10 movies. Twin Peaks he also did a Twin Peaks. He did the
Movie.
show and then he did
Yeah.
a movie that like ties in with the show, I think. I've seen like 4 episodes of the show.
I've seen 2.
I haven't like dedicated more time to get into it, but I definitely want to check it out. But he's done 10 movies and I feel like how many Quentin Tarantino's done like 8, right?
Yeah, we've been waiting for his 9th. Because since The Hateful Eight, his 8th movie.
Yeah.
No, he's done 9.
Mm.
Once Upon a Time.
Oh, Once Upon a Time. Yeah, that was the 9th one. So, and I think he said also he only wants to do 10 movies. So, you know, I'm not mad at it because I think they're all bangers in their own way.
We'll talk about it. Save that thought.
Okay.
The music was done by Angelo Badalamenti, Lynch's longtime collaborator. He's basically been on everything, I think, since the Elephant Man?
Hell yeah.
Think so.
This dude was born in 1937.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. What was going on in the 30s in the US?
Well, it was the Great Depression.
Holy shit. He was born in the Great Depression. Is that Great Depression
Yeah.
time? That is
Yeah.
the time like he was born where there was dust everywhere?
Like I don't know if he might have been in New York.
Yeah.
I think he's Italian.
Oh yeah, he was in New York. Yeah.
Hitler was in power, about to start World War II.
Holy shit. That's fucking crazy.
All kinds of is. Look, the 30s to the 40s is a wild time in world history.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so cool though. I like that like all of these all these directors always work with the same folks. Like this is the guy. This is the composer.
That's kind of interesting because we see it with the cast, like Isabella Rossellini, who plays Dorothy Vallens. She's in Wild at Heart. She has like a small cameo. She plays Perdita Durango in that one.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in this movie. Kyle MacLachlan as Jeffrey Beaumont. He's in Dune, and he's also in Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. Yeah.
And then I think Dennis Hopper is only been in this one, though.
Yeah. Laura Dern.
Laura Dern makes a return as Sandy Williams. She was in Inland Empire, Wild at Heart, and was famously in Jurassic Park, of course.
Hell yeah. George Dickerson, right? Was he?
Was he Mr. Williams, the detective?
Yeah. Was he? It's just they're familiar faces. Like there's a lot of no. Actually, it wasn't the detective. I think it's Kyle MacLachlan's dad. I think one of the old people that are in the house at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, that guy's from so many other of his movies.
We didn't mention, but Dennis Hopper plays Frank Booth, and he was in another movie we covered whenever it aired in Waterworld.
And The Lost Tapes.
The Lost Tapes. Love Dennis Hopper. Most famously plays Bowser in the live action Mario movie.
What? What a fucking call out. What do you mean he plays Bowser? That's
Have you
crazy.
not seen the live action Mario movie with John Leguizamo?
I have not seen the live action Mario movie. That's so fucking crazy.
Dennis Hopper is fucking Bowser in that movie.
That's nuts. I have to watch it now. There's no way I can't watch it.
It is on the list. He's also was in our very first episode because he plays the dad in that fucking True Romance.
True Romance.
He has a great dialogue with Christopher Walken in that movie.
He does solid dialogue. But like I wonder, when did that movie come out?
True Romance, I think in 91.
Oh, okay. I just feel like he Dennis Hopper, his characters are so well developed, 93. And I know it's also because of the writing that like we have good writers and like good stories to tell, but I just feel like Dennis Hopper like puts in a lot of fucking effort to his shit, and in this one you can tell as well too. He plays such a creepy fucking guy.
He's great in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into it. I want to pull up who he was up against
for this movie. Harry Dean Stanton from Alien.
What academy was that?
Wait, what?
What academy was that when he was up for? Was it for best actor or best supporting?
Oh, I thought you said who he was up for the role in this movie. Sorry.
Oh no, who he was up against. I'm curious as to who he beat out.
Oh, when he won?
1986.
Dennis Hopper was nominated for Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, he was nominated. He won it for Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. That's
I
also
thought he
on the
won
list,
it for
right?
this movie. No, Hoosiers on the list. Hoosiers is like one of the best basketball movies of all time.
Oh,
I don't know why I got it confused.
We talked about it with I think you're talking about with Aristotle. I mean, he still does great in this movie, though.
He was nominated.
Regardless.
Yeah, he's amazing in this movie. All right.
Okay.
Let's synopsisize and let's start going through it. Blue Velvet follows Jeffrey Beaumont, a college student who returns to his quiet hometown of Lumberton after his father suffers a sudden stroke. While walking through an abandoned field, Jeffrey discovers a severed human ear crawling with insects. And it pulls him into a world of violence, voyeurism, and psychological decay. Curious and increasingly obsessed, Jeffrey begins investigating the mystery with Sandy Williams, the optimistic daughter of a local detective, eventually leading him to Dorothy Vallens, a nightclub singer trapped in a terrifying relationship with the sadistic Frank Booth. As Jeffrey becomes more entangled in Dorothy's life, his investigation transforms into something darker and more personal. He secretly watches Dorothy from the side of her apartment closet, witnessing Frank's horrifying emotional and sexual abuse. Torn between Sandy's innocence and Dorothy's trauma, Jeffrey begins losing his own moral clarity, blurring the line between observer and participant. The film escalates into surreal violence as Frank's criminal world spirals further out of control. After Jeffrey is kidnapped and brutalized by Frank and his gang, he finally realizes the true depth of the corruption consuming Lumberton. In the climax, Jeffrey kills Frank during a confrontation at Dorothy's apartment, rescuing her and seemingly restoring peace to the town. Yet despite the bright suburban ending, complete with sunshine, roses, and smiling families, the film leaves a lingering uncertainty about whether evil was truly defeated or merely hidden beneath the surface.
Oh,
That ending did creep me out.
it was a
It
little
was
creepy.
like, I'm like, this is too
Idyllic.
Idyllic, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's funny that it ends like that because it starts like that. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's the same vibe, same music, same like white picket fence, really
Yeah, like
bright.
juxtaposition of like this small, beautiful, like I even wrote like white picket fence town. Like it's a very look at this.
Yeah.
And then it's really and then the like stark contrast of Frank Booth in his world.
Yeah.
It's like dirty, gross, like savage,
Violent,
fucking evil.
yeah. I think you get like a small taste of it or like a teaser of it too in that in the intro when Jeff's dad gets like a stroke and he falls under the ground, and then it zooms in onto the grass, and as it keeps going you get like deeper and deeper, and then it gets like muddy and we just see bugs like crawling around everywhere. I thought that was like the first like
that was a crazy
like,
Lynchism.
like whoa, where are we about to go right now? I thought that was kind of cool.
I thought so too. I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, at first, because it was showing him like pulling on the like water hose, and it was like focusing on the like water gasket. I'm like, did that shit like pop off and like headshot him? Like, what just happened?
Yeah, I know. Like, I thought he was like pulling and he like hurt his like neck, you know, and he just like falls over.
It's like, no, we had a stroke. And then the at close up, I was like, oh shit, that's weird. Way to go, Lynch.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was interesting. Like, I don't know, maybe because I've seen too much Lynch, I was like, oh shit, it's about to get weird.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. It does kind of signify like the underbelly.
Yeah,
that was
like pretty immediately. I thought that was pretty cool.
Because Frank is a fucking scavenger, fucking cockroach.
Yeah. He's like the complete opposite of what we see. His like lair. No, that's not his lair. That was his friend's lair where he's keeping the child, but like that whole place is so different. It's like warehouses and like industrial and harsh and, you know, dark. Yeah. I think Lynch paints a really good view of like two worlds.
I agree. I think that's the one thing I feel Lynch is like really good at. And that we see in a lot of his movies is his like world building. Like he's able to, I feel like he kind of did a similar thing with like Wild at Heart, where you take like the idea of like a road trip, but you like, I don't know, like he satirize it? No, it's like more sadistic, like version of it.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie is like about corrupting like a small town.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even if you look at Jeffrey's character, the way he is when he's with Sandy, and then his whole demeanor and the way he's dressed when he's with Dorothy is like completely different.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I definitely think this is our journey. Like, yeah, it is affecting this whole town, but I feel like Jeff is us, like the audience going through and like experiencing how deep we can go and like how crazy it gets once we're there.
And it gets crazy.
It gets fucking crazy. Yeah.
I do love to, you mentioned it earlier, the way Lynch can make you just like uncomfortable with his scenes. Like when they go to, it was Brad, was that his name?
I think so. Yeah.
He's like so fucking suave.
Yeah.
Ben. I knew it said it with a B.
Yeah.
Like you get to his house and Ben is dressed up. He's like wearing like a silk fucking like a robe. He's got his like those cigarette things, but like it has the long pointy thing that like Cruella de Vil uses.
Yeah.
He's wearing makeup. He's got like blush on his face. I think it's what it is, like powdery stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then like that apartment is like gross. Like it's all dirty and disheveled.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's like a trap warehouse.
It is like a trap house.
But like everyone in there is like really nicely dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it was really bizarre to look
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what Lynch does.
Yeah. He puts like weird things together.
And it makes you like uncomfortable.
Forces you to watch. Yeah, and it's like weird. Yeah. I think that's what I love about his movies. Is just they're uncomfortable movies.
I agree. He's a master at the uncomfortability.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a form of storytelling. Also, like, do we know did this movie take place in the 80s? Or is it supposed to be earlier? I'm guessing, yeah, right?
I think it was a little earlier because of the cars and stuff, right?
Right? And then the way that they're all dressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it felt
like it was like 50s or like 60s.
It felt that way.
Yeah.
Maybe 60s. Because I think 50s cars have a very like distinct style.
Mm.
Maybe it was late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever mentioned. But yeah, it definitely it doesn't feel like a modern. It doesn't feel like it was taking place in the 80s. Yeah, no.
It had that, like even like fucking. You would think that a detective would be hesitant to let his daughter be running around with some dude who's home from college.
I know, right? I was thinking that too, but also 50s, 60s,
and he was like, I guess, like the neighbor kid.
Yeah,
like all their life,
and he was like a good kid. You know,
yeah.
All these people grew up in like this white picket fence town, so this kid comes back from college on summer break, and he just starts talking to your daughter, like, fuck it, I guess. I don't know.
Let's
I have a child, so I can't like. But it's a weird thing.
I thought so. I was like, this is definitely like an old school way of doing things. I don't think I would.
Yeah,
I don't think that would fly nowadays.
Yeah, I don't think that. Like you for sure, right? Like even if he was like a 18-year-old coming back.
He said he's home from college. It doesn't even say how old he is.
It doesn't, but let's assume
he's over 21 because he can order Heineken.
Is 21 always the age for drinking, even back in the day?
Let's see. Let's Google it.
Because that might also change things too.
It's a good question. Oh, 1984.
Oh,
nationwide.
Damn. What was it before? There wasn't one.
Pre-70s, most states voluntarily set the drinking age to 21. There's a loophole during the Vietnam War where the minimum age was 18. Many states followed suit and lowered their drinking ages to 18, 19, or 20. And then the 80s had a pushback and it went up to 21.
So potentially he could have been like 18 or 19.
Potentially.
Yeah. And it also depends on like when this movie, the era of this movie was supposed to be. It definitely feels like old school.
At the high end, he's like a junior
20.
going into a senior, 21.
Yeah.
Taking out a 17-year-old chick.
At the high end. I'm thinking low end. Like he's
low end, he's probably like 19, 20.
Yeah, like maybe I'm thinking like maybe like 18, 19. Like
maybe
coming back home. I don't know if I would feel comfortable having an 18, 19-year-old date my daughter that's potentially like 17.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think we've just moved away from that as a society now, right? We don't.
I mean, it happens, but not to like that extent, I don't think anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was weird. But it happens for sure. I mean, this dude just like comes home, like, I want some mystery, and he just starts banging the detective's daughter.
Yeah, for real. It's like all out of nowhere. He's just like, hey, I got this plan.
I mean, he does like, he kind of serendipitously like falls into this whole fucking conspiracy.
He does. He does.
Like out of nowhere. And then out of nowhere also, he just happens to be like craving fucking like chaos and like weirdness and conspiracy.
Let's go in on that. What do you think of Jeffrey's character?
He's definitely a weird guy for sure.
He has a great knack of code switching because, like, when he's with Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
he's like Johnny on the spot, just like a all shucks kind of guy, a little charming, talking to her into doing some potentially dangerous things, picking up in a convertible. But then when he's with Dorothy, he's like a completely different person.
Yeah. I also think Dorothy has this effect on him, or he allows himself to fall in deeper into that like alternate world where it's not white picket fence. It's more grimy. It's more like real. I think he loses himself almost in it, right? Because I think when Dorothy and him are like having sex, she tells him like, hit me. The first time she says it, he's like, nah, no way. Like, I don't do that shit. And then I remember does she like keep bugging him? She keeps like bugging him to do it. And he finally like hits her. And then he's like, oh, I get it now, and then they have like crazy passionate sex after that. And I feel like he just like his world gets open, but then he gets lost. Like he got lost in the sauce. This is the Lost in the Sauce movie. Sure.
This is the Lost in the Sauce. So he becomes too infatuated.
Yeah. Damn. I didn't put that together until right now. That this is if you want to know what happens if you get lost, if you would happen to get lost in the sauce, just check out this movie.
Audience, we're trying to do things. We're going to limit too much, like focusing just like on mad scenes of the movie, more focus on the characters and the themes. But there's one scene in particular. It's a longer scene that we need to focus on. But I feel like what kind of turns Jeffrey into like wanting to dabble in the dark side of society is when he gets caught by Dorothy like creeping in her closet, and she like pulls the knife on him, but then she like sexually seduces him. It's like is it sadomasochism? What would you call that? I know there's a term for that type of like play, but he basically has like a knife. She has a knife to him. She's like, I'll fucking stab you. She's like, show me your dick. And then she just starts like kissing his inner thigh and stuff. You're like, whoa.
Yeah. It's definitely it's a weird thing. And she asks him too, like, do you like this? And Jeff says, yeah. And he just keeps going. It's definitely like it's a weird point, but I think it's a character shift from when we first see him. So when he's just like, oh, there's a mystery going on. I found this ear. I want to know more about this. And then, he becomes like a creeper. Oh, doesn't
does become a creeper.
Sandy also calls it out too, right? She's like, are you like a pervert, or are you just like, are you a detective? And then, that's right. And then Jeff says, that's for me to know and you to find out, or something like that.
That's right.
Which I feel like that's like the first like inkling that something weird is going to happen, but he goes all in once he's there. I feel it though, sometimes you do like something new and you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but then you do it and it's like, oh, I like this.
He really likes it.
He really likes it. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing better than a woman holding a knife at you while seducing you.
I mean, he gets lost in the sauce, man. Like he goes through a lot of shit. He falls for Dorothy pretty hard. Do you think he actually loved both women?
I think it was complicated with Dorothy. I think he likes Sandy more because Sandy is like that, like his crowd, his like normal, like that's where he came from. I think Dorothy, it was more of like an infatuation of like the novelty, heat of the moment, the novelty, and I think he witnesses Dorothy abuse by Frank Booth, Dennis Hopper's character, and I think that also triggers in his brain because he's a good guy. Like his intentions are all well meant, but I think because he witnesses the horrific abuse that happens, I feel like he gets pulled in deeper, and his like moral compass gets like a little bit twisted, and it's not black or white anymore for him. I think it becomes like more, it's so gray. And then just kind of gets swept up in everything, and I feel like yeah, that's I think it was because of that. I don't think he necessarily like loved Dorothy like that. I just think that he was in it because he was in it.
Yeah, I feel like once becomes clear that he's potentially gonna get murdered for like associating with Dorothy, I think the spell kind of snaps a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, okay, like I'm not about this life.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this got really intense.
And that scene was in a high tension scene too. Like when Frank kidnaps him and like takes him on a joyride, basically like just show him like this is my world. You know, you don't want to be in this shit. That was fucking. I thought he was gonna die, low key. I didn't think he was gonna be like a final girl. I mean, he's not other people live, but still, I didn't think he was gonna make it through the movie. Because the shit was just intense.
I mean that hallway scene where he's like, "Who the fuck is this?" And he's a neighbor, Frank. He's like, "Oh, hey, neighbor."
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, you want to go for a ride?" He's like, "No, I don't want to." What was that? He's like, "I don't want to go for a ride." Go for a ride. Great idea. Let's go. I was like, "Yo, he just flipped that whole conversation on him."
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild.
We'll return to that scene. I want to stick with the characters for a second longer. Well, then with Jeffrey, let's talk about the two women because they kind of represent the like opposite ends of Jeffrey's character. So I think at the end of the day, Jeffrey is the main character, and he's kind of being pulled between the two worlds. I think Sandy Williams is a less complicated character, so we'll start there. What do you think about Sandy?
Sandy's like your typical all-American girl next door. I feel like the thing that makes her interesting in this movie is that her dad is like the detective guy. And so she enables Jeff in a way that like sends him down this path because she didn't have to tell him about anything that the dad was already investigating. Like she could have just let that shit go, but she wanted to get involved a little bit too. Cause I also think, I guess like a bigger analysis is that all of this shit's happening in a small town. And so everyone's talking about it. Everyone's trying to, find out like what the fuck happened. And so when Jeff comes in with this like new info and he's like curious about it, I feel like in any, even like between us, like if something big were to happen, like, yeah, we would talk about it, but I don't think that she had expected Jeff to have that initiative to be like, hell yeah, I'm going to be like the Scooby-Doo gang. Like, I'm just going to go all in on this shit, like, I don't think that she was expecting that at all because her life is so like plain and boring. And
it's
like
just a typical, like, she's normal. A popular girl.
Yeah, she's a popular
she's
kid.
Dating
like, she's
dating like a quarterback,
the quarterback,
football player.
Yeah,
like she's obviously that, and still she's popular.
Yeah,
and she's pretty. She's the girl next door.
She lives that like white picket fence lifestyle. Like when the movie starts, that's the life that she was living.
She's ride or die.
Yeah.
I mean, she
was ride or die. Yeah, she is actually ride or die for sure.
At the end, when she realizes that like Jeff was banging Dorothy, he's like, "I'm sorry, Sandy, but I love you. I was confused." She's like, "I love you too. Don't worry. It's all good."
Yeah.
He had your misstep, but you're home now.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, all right.
When you find love, find love.
And she helped him help Dorothy.
She did
all that, and then Dorothy goes into the ambulance, and then she's like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "I can't talk about this." And then she starts crying and like freaking out, rightfully so, because that was traumatizing experience.
Yeah, for real.
But she sticks with them.
She does, and I like that. Like she's also a good character too. I mean, all the people in this are good characters except for Frank. Frank is a fucking maniac.
It is interesting to see her play this character and the start, because I couldn't help but think of her from Wild at Heart, where she's like a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
It's just a stark contrast between the two characters.
I know. I was thinking the same thing in the beginning because she like comes in. Her intro when we see her, she comes out of the darkness wearing this like really nice like yellow dress with like flowers, and, like the lights hitting her in this like perfect
the
way.
light.
Like she just becomes like, yeah, she's the light in the whole picture out of the darkness, and it was just like, wow, this such a different like presence than Wild at Heart.
Well, I think, yeah, like I said, I think that is her represent. She is the light side of Jeff. Ultimately, it wins because at the end,
Yeah,
it's like hyper suburbia, but
it's even brighter, yeah, than it
it's
was
even
before.
brighter.
Yeah,
It's fake, almost.
almost
And then
like
we
it.
have Dorothy's character, and I think she's definitely a little bit more complicated for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Being a victim of, I don't know what you would call that, where Frank kidnaps her husband and son just so he could like have her as like his sex slave, basically, and
yeah,
force her to perform that Blue Velvet song all the time.
yeah. It was definitely crazy. She lives a horrible life.
Great singer though.
Great singer. Yeah, just she lives in the darkness. She's like the complete opposite end of Sandy. She's like the
I,
foil.
I am a little curious as to like how that happened. If she was just the singer that at that club that Frank visited and then decided like I want her and like just like made it happen, or if she was also kind of connected to like the CD underbelly.
I feel like she would just probably the singer, you know. Women just be living their lives. Men put women through shit all the time, man.
That's true.
You
That
know?
is true.
I think she was just fucking vibing. And then fucking Frank comes out of nowhere just being a creep and causes all this chaos.
Do you think she attached herself to Jeffrey because she saw him as like a potential ally to get her out of the situation, or do you think she just needed something that wasn't Frank?
I think she needed something that wasn't Frank. I don't know if it was like, yeah, I think I think she just liked the comfort, like the something gentle, something new. But she causes Jeff to kind of evolve in his own way because of her like normal her normalcy was so different than what Jeff was used to that when she was asking for her normalcy from Jeff, it made Jeff change into this like different or like adapt, not fully change because we see in the end like he's like back to his normal life, but he kind of like adapts this like new lifestyle for her in like a small way. So she, I think, not purposefully, but she like inadvertently kind of pulls him into her life. But I don't think she was like, I don't think she was trying, you know?
I don't think she was trying exactly, but I don't think she was not trying. Right?
Yeah.
Like, because we see that like Jeff goes and visits her multiple times.
Yeah.
Like he goes and sees her performance. Like he becomes actively interested in her and pursuing her. I mean, shit, he even takes Sandy to go see her her performance.
The first time.
The first time, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think once she realizes kind of who he is, I think the second time they sleep together, or no, the second time he visits her, which is the first time they sleep together, she says, I looked for you in the closet. So like she was already like, she liked this guy because I think, I mean, he was also like a nice guy. Like after Frank abuses her, he comes out of, Jeff comes out of the closet and like immediately comforts her, you know, tries to do what he can to make sure that she's okay. And I don't think that Dorothy had like received that from anyone in some time because her husband and her kid were kidnapped already. So I feel like once you get that, it's like probably nice, especially when you're going through some horrible traumatic shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Where should we start with Frank?
Frank, bro. Frank's a freak.
Introduction.
Yeah.
Is insane.
It is insane. I don't want to put down freaks. We like freaks here on this podcast, but Frank is another level.
He's a maniac.
Frank is a maniac. Yeah, Frank, that's better. He's an actual like he's dangerous. This man is dangerous.
He comes into the apartment while Jeff's hiding in the closet. So this is right after he gets seduced. So Jeff gets like all revved up with a knife to his throat.
Hiding in the
Frank
closet.
comes, hiding in the closet,
Full sail.
and Frank is just on one. He's just cussing at Dorothy, demanding whiskey, fucking.
Darkness.
It's weird too. Like she would turn off the light and just like lit the candles, and he would just be like, and now it's dark.
Mhm.
It's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
He like assaults Dorothy, like
He's
sexually
like,
assaults her, like all badly.
he's like
And he's
gas.
just ripping Nas.
Yeah.
He
He's
just
saying
has
mommy.
a Nas fucking can on him.
He
And he
does.
just
It's like a mini one too, because he's wearing like a jacket or like a leather jacket, and it's in his jacket. So that means it's like a little mini one, like he's just bought to go. It's just crazy.
rips Nas. He's just a Nas head.
Yeah.
And he has like a little breather. He just hits it. Yeah, he just starts yelling mommy.
Yep. I yell
Like,
mommy, but I don't have to hit Nas to do that. That's weird.
fucking, he's like demanding to see parts of Dorothy.
Yeah.
He's like, don't fucking look at me. It's interesting that he says that, and then Dorothy says the same thing to Jeff.
Oh, don't look at me.
Yeah, he's like, don't fucking look at me, like when she's seducing him.
Yeah.
I was like, interesting. Did she learn that from Frank?
That is something that I didn't even think about. Yeah. I wonder if she did potentially learn it. Because again, like Jeff is coming in to this and kind of meeting Dorothy like where she's at in her life at that moment. And like that's her normal. Her normal is like intimacy with no eye contact. So it's like not intimate at all. Like it's so disconnected, you know? It's interesting. Good point.
I mean, yeah, because he's all abuse. Like he's just hitting the Nas. He's like, basically says, let me see your puss. I want to go home. And then he just starts yelling, I want to fuck. Baby wants to fuck.
It was so weird, so uncomfortable to have on.
So unhinged, dude.
Yeah. I was watching that last night or a couple nights ago here, and it was like nighttime, and it's been hot, so I had all my windows open. My TV was like blasting. I was like, this is some weird stuff that people are probably listening to me listen to right now, you know?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on in that room?
That guy's, I don't want to go over there. Yeah. It's wild.
And he gets such little screen time. It kind of reminds me of like, not really related, but like Hannibal Lecter. Like you don't see him that much, but when he's in the scene, he like commands the scene.
Yeah, I agree.
Because after that, we don't really have like an interaction with him until they go on the car ride.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't see him until later.
And when he's in the car ride, then we really see like how crazy he is.
Yeah, because it's taken out, it's like explored even more. Because when we first see him, it's only his like sexual craziness.
Mm-hmm.
But then he kidnaps Jeff and Dorothy and basically just goes on a fucking ride into his world, like deep in his world. And it's so unhinged. And everyone's weird in his world, man. You remember later on when he's beating up Jeff, there's that woman that like climbs out of the car and gets on top of the car, and she's just like dancing while Jeff is getting the shit beat out of him. It's like, dude, this is wild. There's so much happening here.
What's the song he keeps asking for?
In Dreams by Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
It's a ballad about lost love. I looked it up because I was like, it's got to be a thing, right?
But what does he keep saying? He's like candy colored clown and the Sandman or something.
Yeah.
He says candy colored clown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in Dreams, it's a fucking Roy Orbison. Candy colored clown. They call the Sandman. That's what he says.
Yeah.
And he'll just randomly look at one of his like goons and be like, candy colored clowns, we call him the Sandman, and they'll just fucking throw that fucking song on the fucking cassette player.
Yeah.
Or then he'll just be like freaking out.
I will say though, those are good homies. You know, when you got a homie, they could just be like, hey bro, I need this song. And then they just do it, you know?
I like how when he gets to the he tries to like act friendly, but you know, sarcastically, he's like, get some beer. We're gonna have some beers with Ben and then our friendly new neighbor here. It's the type of beers you like. He's like Heineken. He's like, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah. I feel like we've said that to each other at some point in time. Say someone will say something, we'll be like, fuck that shit. This completely different thing you should like.
It's so funny. PBRs. Oh, trash. I had a PBR phase. Although I think Heineken sucked too.
We go through that PBR phase together. What was that shitty beer that we used to buy at El Superior that had like a 36 pack or it was a 46 pack?
It was at Albertsons and it was Port Republic's.
Port Republic. Holy shit.
I've $10 36 pack tastes like pure aluminum.
I've never had a worse beer than that beer. And I've had some pretty bad. I've had some PBRs before. But Port Republic's, man. Holy shit.
This is just, we would buy a case of that $10 at the end of the night and just chug it.
I remember we would show up, four of us would show up each with their own, and we would just finish all of them. Those are some wild times.
They get fucked up.
Yeah.
Port Republic. Disgusting beer, horrible. So bad. But $10 for 36 pack was a crazy deal.
Especially when, I mean, yeah, we were young. We were, you know, the economy was better. The dollar went further. There were still pennies in rotation.
That's true.
You know?
Bag of chips was 99 cents.
Yeah. All right, take us back. Frank.
Yeah, just the debauchery of Frank. Like, Dennis Hopper played such a good bad guy in this movie. I hated him so badly.
Yeah, same. You said that, you mentioned that he's always a villain in things?
He plays a villain a lot, yeah.
He's such a good villain, dude. Such a good fucking villain. He's so dislikable and all. He's
also
stuff.
Like super charismatic,
which makes him an even worse villain because it's like he knows how to talk to people, but then he'll put you down in that same way. Like what you mentioned, where he was like, "Yeah, let's go have some friendly beers. What kind of beer do you like?" And he's like, "Fuck you, fuck your beer. This is what we're getting instead." You know, it's just like small shit like that.
He's like talking, just complimenting Ben. It's so fucking suave, man. So fucking suave.
Yeah.
He's like, Ben, meet my new friend. This is a friendly neighbor, so and so. Then Ben walks up, hey, friendly neighbor, and just like punches him in the stomach. I was like, oh, this guy's crazy too.
Yeah, dude. Everyone in there was fucking nuts.
And the way he went from like drinking beers, like Ben's fake performing with like a light, like he's Roy Orbison, and he's just like, all right, we're out. He's like, now it's dark. All right, we're leaving. And then just like, yo, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. It's definitely weird. His character is like, I thought one thing that was interesting is when right after that, when they're leaving and they're in the car and they go for the actual joyride part and he's just like speeding down the highway. He says to Jeff at one point in time, he's like, you're just like me. And I thought that was weird because I feel like they don't really seem like each other. Like his character is so far down the other side of where Jeff could be. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. What did you think about that?
I thought maybe it's because they both want Dorothy, but I also know that Frank's crazy, so I didn't take too much credence into it.
You know, maybe he was trying to say that he also sees the craziness in Jeff.
Oh, maybe. Jeff kind of respects Jeff.
In a way, yeah, he kind of did because it was like Jeff was rolling through the whole thing. Like Jeff was willing to go through all of that stuff, and I feel like it's kind of crazy.
When Jeff felt that Frank took it too far, he straight up clocks him. He
punched him. Yeah, he's the only person that survived an interaction.
Right in the face, and everyone was like, oh shit. And he's like, get him out of the fucking car. And then they just beat the shit out of him. And what he say? He's like, don't be a friendly neighbor to her.
Yeah.
And then he fucked him up.
Yeah. It was wild. So maybe that's why he said it. That like maybe crazy recognizes crazy.
Maybe.
You know?
Because Jeff was at the end, he wasn't really about that life, but he did stand on business.
He did. And he was like willing to go that like extra mile to do what he needed to do to get shit done. So like, Yeah, maybe in that sense, you know, like trying to place that together right now. But man, he was such a fucking villain in this movie.
He was so
Oh
good.
yeah,
So easy to hate. I think he, out of all the bad guys,
in Lynch
I mean, Lynch
movies,
doesn't have too many, but he might be the best.
better than and Wild at Heart, uh,
Fucking
uh, Green
something
Goblin,
Bobby Peru.
Bobby Peru. Yeah, better than
I
Bobby
think he's
Peru.
better than Bobby Peru. Bobby Peru was good,
Yeah,
but I think Dennis Hopper had like more screen time. He was like crazy. Like he just like every time he was in a scene, I just couldn't stop watching him
yeah,
because he was just so intense.
yeah. It's true. I'm trying to think of other villains in movies. I feel like Bobby Peru's kind of the biggest. No, I feel like that's kind of it. Everything
It
else,
kind of like those types of characters kind of remind me of like an Antoine. Was it Antoine Chigurh and fucking like Hannibal Lecter, just like crazy ass fucking dudes.
yeah,
They're just like these unhinged humans.
yeah,
They're not supernatural in any way, but they're just like out there.
out there. Yeah, I feel like they're the most extreme version of someone that you can find.
Yeah,
Like textbook level, like narcissist, like psychopath.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's exactly how I see them.
yeah,
One scene I want to talk about the climax of the movie. Before we get to Frank's part, because that part was pretty good too while we're talking about Frank. But one thing I thought was interesting, how when Jeff gets there after he helps Dorothy when she shows up to his house all naked and saves him from getting his ass beat.
yeah.
Um
He did. She did.
dude, he was about to get his ass beat by those jocks, and then
Yeah.
she fucking rolls out of the fucking
Bushes.
woodworks all naked, like all fucked
And like
up.
beat up. Yeah.
And the dudes are like, "Oh shit, what the fuck's going on?"
You got a lot of things going on, brother. And he just like he even apologizes.
He's
to
like,
him.
"I'm
He's
sorry,
like,
man. I'm
my
sorry."
bad, dude. I didn't know you had other things happening. I'm gonna go.
That dude wasn't about that life. He's like, "Yo, this is crazy. Let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, yeah. That guy. I like. Yeah, yeah. He's the normal like white picket fence people. Jeff is on the fringes of society. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then he
Continue.
didn't have to, but he decided to be like, "All right, I'm gonna go to your apartment and see what happened."
Exactly. Yeah. He just fucking Jeff is weird already. And maybe that also reinforces my idea right now of like Frank recognizing that like Jeff is Jeff, I feel like if something else would have happened, maybe if he hadn't have ran into Sandy, maybe he would have actually have gone down that dark route and like kicked it with Frank, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Because he was willing to go. Like he was there, he was in it, you know?
I think the only thing that would prevent him is that he also wanted Dorothy,
Yeah.
and only one of them could have her. Like I think he liked that thing, but I don't think he was evil like Frank was.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I don't think he could
evil.
kidnap a husband and son.
Yeah. No, I don't
'Cause,
think
like-
he would have, but I think he would be able to travel there. And
Because the
like,
whole time he's banging Dorothy, he's like, "I'm gonna help you get your kid back."
yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna bang you until your husband can come do the job, but
Yeah.
like, you should be with your family."
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's a traveler, not like a resident. I think
Yeah, that's
and
a
I
good
feel
way
like
of putting it.
there's like few people that can like travel multiple groups of people because oftentimes once we find ourselves established within like a group, we don't necessarily like tend to leave from that group. I think Jeff is one of those people that can like, oh, you mentioned it before, he code switched. He's so easily like he can move between different places at multiple times. So I think maybe like Frank saw like a little bit of him in that moment, and so he was like, "You're like me."
You're like me.
Yeah,
He also
but,
had the hint of it crazy.
yeah. We'll go back. So after he
When he
gets
gets
saved,
to the apartment,
yeah,
what do you think happened to Yellow Jacket guy?
brother got fucking lobotomized.
Well, because they showed like if you look at the TV, his head got bashed into the TV,
Yeah,
and he was basically standing there dead.
he was all like I thought he was dead, but then what happened? The phone rings, right? And he like whips his hand up, or was it the TV?
I think this is radio.
Oh, the radio goes off, and he like whips his hand up. I was like, oh shit! It was like he's almost in like a weird like catatonic state. But I thought he got like actually lobotomized.
I thought his head got bashed into the
TV.
Because if you look at the TV, there's like a head-shaped smash into it, like the corner.
Yeah.
And then it cracks into the screen.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she fucked him up, Dorothy.
Oh, before, and then she left.
And went to... Because she arrives naked, so maybe she was getting like abused.
Mm-hmm.
The dude murdered her husband. She like finally lost it, fought back. Managed to hurt him.
She fights
and escape.
him and leaves. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think he was obviously sent there to like kill the husband and Dorothy they were loose ends.
Yeah,
because they're also simultaneously raiding Frank's warehouse.
Yeah,
because the cops have been keeping tabs on Frank.
Mm-hmm. And Jeff kind of laid out the whole plan.
Yeah,
or like laid out the whole conspiracy by that point in time.
Yeah, because remember he recognizes the
yellow jacket
guy at the detective's house because we find out he's the detective's partner. He's a dirty cop.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy like twist too. I wasn't expecting that.
I was like, oh shit, it runs deep.
I like how beyond this whole like story of this dude venturing into the underbelly, like there's this whole conspiracy.
Yeah, it's like a crime thriller.
Yeah, where there's like a fucking dirty cop working with Frank, this most like fucking horrible villain ever. They're just like doing a bunch of like they're killing rival drug dealers and taking their shit. And Jeff, just fucking mobbing through, just like, oh, what's going on? Just figures out this whole conspiracy. I thought that was funny because like there's a whole thing also still happening.
I thought it was funny that Frank ended up being the fancy man.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought Fancy Man was going to be some like mysterious stranger.
He's just like his alter ego. He's like wearing a Beatles like wig and
like a mustache. The mustache, yeah.
It did work though. I was like, who the fuck? I'm like, is that Dennis Hopper? Like, oh shit, he does look a lot different.
Yeah, it does. It's funny.
And then I like how he tricks Frank. With the radio.
That was honestly really smart. I don't know if I would have been able to think about that in that moment.
I thought that he was going to get Dennis Hopper with a knife. Because you know how we see that Dorothy puts it behind the radiator? I'm like, oh, is that foreshadowing? Is like that knife going to get used at some point? But it's not.
It wasn't. Yeah, no. I like the way it ended though. I mean, he
got him. He blew his fucking
down.
Brains out.
Yep, got rid of the dark.
That was the coolest. You just see him like, and his brains are just everywhere.
Yeah, good practical effect.
That was a good practical effect.
Yeah,
and the genuine look of surprise on Frank's face.
Because Frank wasn't expecting it at all. Frank thought he had the upper hand the whole time.
Yep.
But Jeff was too smart. Jeff is a college boy. That's why.
Outsmarted him.
Critical thinking.
He did deduce that really quick. He's like, I'm gonna throw this over here. This cop definitely has a gun on him.
Yeah.
Grab that real quick. Hide in the closet.
Yeah.
Solid film. Did you know originally Lynch wanted it to be helium so that every time like he talked his voice would be high pitched so he sounded more like an adolescent, I guess, because he's always like, mommy.
No way.
But Dennis Hopper, from his own experience with drug use, was like, nah, Nas makes way more sense, and the helium might be too funny, and people are gonna think he's like a comedic character when you want him to be shown as like a super evil character.
Damn. Hell yeah, Dennis Hopper with that drug experience. Let's go.
Right? I mean, he was in the movie Easy Rider.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's cool. I do think that would have made it way more comedic.
Yeah, for sure. Way more fucking comedic. I know you said that Henry D. Stanton was also up to be Frank.
Yeah, Henry Dean Stanton and then Steven Berkoff. But they turned down the role because of the violent content.
Interesting.
Henry Dean Stanton from Alien. The guy that gets his chest bursted open. Imagine him, but in Frank.
He's also in
Short Story.
short story. Isn't he the detective in Wild at Heart?
Oh yeah, yeah. Detective Wild at Heart. Yeah.
He's the dude in
It's so much.
he's your favorite character in Inland Empire.
Um
Wasn't his name Frank in that one too? Who's Freddie Howard? Oh, that was his name.
Henry Dean Sand, yeah.
Freddie.
In the movie, in the Empire.
This movie made, I think, a decent amount of money. Now 8.6 million on a $6 million budget, so not too much.
2.6, not bad.
I didn't have too many interesting facts for this one.
What did you think of the end? Because I think we kind of hopped around it.
What I think the end was interesting. Like I do like how Lynch kind of really stuck to like the juxtaposition between like the dark side and like the light side of suburbia.
Mm-hmm.
The dreamlike sequence of it I thought was like pretty interesting and made me question whether or not whether it was really happening, but whether or not Jeff really wanted it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's still, like, it shows, too, like, save the day, his dad's out of the hospital, like, him and Sandy, it looks like they're married now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're husband and wife, they have their own place. Dorothy reunited with her son. Like, it's all very, like, oh, what a good guy ending. But it almost felt like at the end of those credits, you would get, like, a scene of, like, I don't know. Like Frank, like not being dead, like something crazy, like, oh no, the darkness is still there. It felt too hyper.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I felt the same way. I think it was definitely it was weird, especially all of that like violence that we get in the middle of the movie. I think thematically it makes sense to end it where it began. But one thing that stood out was the bird with the bug in its mouth. I feel like that was the one scene out of everything that wasn't brightly lit. And I think that was on purpose. And I think it was to show that, like, even though he was still back in like the light and like his world was still there, there's still this like, there's still darkness within it. And it was just there, you know, like it. And when it happened too, like everyone was like, hey, look at this bird. Like they made it a point to like stop and like observe this small thing. And so I feel like they acknowledge that like there's still shitty things happening, but for like everything else was just so bright and like just happy. But it definitely felt like another shoe needed to drop, you know?
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that. Like I was waiting for something at the end, but it never happened. But you know, maybe that's how it's supposed to make you feel. Like it's supposed to make you feel like there's bad shit can happen at any point in time, you know? Mm-hmm. I guess that's kind of the way the movie started. Like the movie started really happy and then all of a sudden this dude gets a stroke. Like bad shit just happened at random points in time. Maybe that's what he was trying to say, like with that ending to leave you with that like feeling of like, oh fuck, something else gonna happen.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
because it for sure definitely felt like not unfinished, like the movie was unfinished, but it left you like with a feeling of like something was unresolved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the better Lynch endings, though.
It ties this. I think this movie is one of his other movies where it's more sequential. Like
it's an A to B movie.
It's A B movie, yeah, for sure. And I like that, and I like that the ending makes sense based off of everything that was going on. Yeah. Yes.
I think so too. So did you have any other interesting facts?
Mm-mm.
Me neither. Should we get to our reviews?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, it was your movie, so why don't you go first?
Hell yeah. I saw this movie twice in this period of time that we had to watch it. I've watched it the first time on a ton of edibles, and it made me feel so fucking weird because it was like this movie's just weird in general. And I saw it again, not on any edibles at all, and it still made me feel so fucking weird because it's like a weird content movie. But I liked it. I didn't like it. I don't like it as much as like his other movies, but I do like this movie. I'm gonna give this movie a B. I think I love all the cast and crew that we get. Like every character in here is their own like individual character. There's not a lot of boring characters. I'd say the boring characters are like all the side characters from the like idyllic, white like his hometown. I think that those are like the boring characters, but everyone else we meet is like a caricature of like who we assume these people to be. And I thought that was really cool. I love that Lynch, like he is so much, he does so much world building in his movies. And, we get thrown into this fucking crazy situation. I like Kyle MacLachlan. He's dope. I definitely, I've been thinking about watching Twin Peaks like after this because, Kyle MacLachlan, I'm excited to watch Dune. This should be cool too. Fucking love Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper as a villain is he's a maniac, and he's a maniac in this movie too. Thought it was really dope. For this also being a David Lynch movie, it's only his like fourth, I think we mentioned before, so it doesn't have as many Lynchisms in it, which I feel like it's a little bit more tame compared to like his later movies, because his later movies get real wild. And so that's why I don't enjoy it as much as his other movies, because I mean it's still a solid movie. Like I feel like it's a great, like the story itself is really awesome. Still a B movie. I feel like it's an A tier B movie. That's what I'm trying to say. But you know me, like I like weird. I like the weirdness. I like the, this makes me feel uncomfortable type shit. And I feel like he could have gone a little bit more weird, but I get it. I get why this is like one of his like critically acclaimed movies, because it's a really solid fucking movie. And I think he paints like a really dope picture of like the extremes of the world, when we don't really know them. We didn't talk a lot about the music, but I feel like the music is just like his other movies too. Like it comes in when it needs to come in, and I feel like it makes sense when it does. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think he doesn't do like a lot of like cinematography things that he normally does in his later movies that much in this one. But again, I think it's because it's early in his career, so he hasn't had a lot of time to like develop. But still a solid movie. I wouldn't recommend this to everyone, because this is definitely like, it deals with heavy like sexual abuse themes and like heavy violence against women. And if that's not your thing, don't watch it. If you like David Lynch and you haven't seen this movie, definitely check it out, because it's one of his really solid movies. B from me.
Nice. This is actually one of his higher rated movies. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 91% with an 88% on the popcorn meter. IMDb holds it at a 7.7 and Letterboxd has it at a 4.1. And my boy, Robert Ebert, also rated this movie at a 4 stars. What do you think he gave it, Mr. Cea?
A 3.
He gave it a 1 star. Robert Ebert did not like this movie.
Oh my God.
He stated that the large amount of jokey small town satire in the film made it impossible to take its theme seriously. Ebert praised Rosalina's performance as convincing and courageous, but criticized how she was depicted in the film, even accusing David Lynch of misogyny. Degraded, slapped around, humiliated, and undressed in front of the camera. And when you ask an actress to endure those experiences, you should keep your side of the bargain by putting her in an important film.
Damn. So he had beef with this movie.
He does not like David Lynch, and he thinks he's
Yeah.
been outwardly said he thinks David Lynch is a misogynist and like hates women.
Yeah.
David Lynch does have a history of doing shit like this with women, though.
Yeah. I remember we talked about this the last
Lynch movie.
The last Lynch movie. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I get it. Like, yeah.
Not about that. Not about Ebert's grade. He hates Lynch, so that didn't surprise me. But I'm surprised that I actually have a higher grade than you on this movie.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed this movie. I give this movie an A-.
Hell yeah.
I think this is probably my 4th favorite Lynch movie. I thought that I do enjoy a more A to B movie. I wasn't like a huge fan. I like Mulholland Drive, but I didn't like Inland Empire. I think that was objectively a bad movie. But I thought Mulholland Drive was like weird enough, but made enough sense that it was kind of interesting. I think it's a good A to B movie. I liked and wasn't expecting it to be like a crime drama mystery movie. I did not see that coming at all. I like the 1950s ish, like white suburban America satire. I really enjoyed that. And it's like the way it was like contrasted with like this dark underbelly. I thought it was really good. I think Dennis Hopper and Isabella Rossellini did a great job in this movie. Their acting was phenomenal. I think Laura Dern and Kyle MacLachlan were good. They weren't really great. I feel like Laura Dern did a good job of playing like the perfect girl next door. Or I feel like Kyle MacLachlan was kind of just like a blank canvas for the audience to kind of just be put on top of, because he's not like super expressive in this movie.
You're right.
But I do think he did a good job. I think the story was interesting enough for me to follow. Like, it wasn't super complex, but it ended up being like this whole mystery, which I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And Dennis Hopper, I feel like, stole every scene he was in. He was so hateable in this movie. He was a fucking maniac. We didn't touch on the music too much, but I did like the way music kind of played a theme in this movie and to Dennis Hopper's character. Like, yeah, Angelino Badalamenti's like music wasn't like, I could barely remember any like the in-between period songs, but the ways they used the Roy Orbison song and like Blue Velvet and how those are like recurring themes within the film, I thought was like pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It kind of tied into like Frank's like manicness. So I thought that was interesting. I would definitely watch this movie again. I would recommend it to people who are a fan of David Lynch's movies and don't like films that will make you uncomfortable, because this movie is a lot. There's a lot of sexual abuse in this movie. There's a lot of really fucked up shit that kind of happens that I think most people probably wouldn't really want to like sit and endure, because it's a Lynch movie. It makes you uncomfortable in those aspects. Lynch loves to like film and have like the taboo kind of in his movies. Mm-hmm. And this one is like no exception to that rule. There's less Lynchisms, like things that are just kind of weird for weirdness sake. Yeah. But I do think it was a good movie overall. Was it his best movie? No. But I do think it was a good movie, and I would definitely recommend it to people who aren't too squeamish. I think you should check this one out. So yeah, A- for me.
You know, I didn't think that, and you make a good point. I did say that Jeff's character is like us venturing through, but he doesn't have like that many lines. Like he does, but his lines are made to more like
push the plot forward, and we get more story from everyone else rather than him, because he's just pulling together pieces, and I didn't really pick that up until you said it right now. Yeah, it's kind of like solving a puzzle.
Yeah, he's just us. He's just the guy, just kind of mobbing through.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think though, maybe I liked him though because he was he's easy to like. It's like he's easy to just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Like, fuck it, you know? Like, yeah. Maybe that's why I liked him in this.
But he was good. I liked him. I just think his character was like a little dull.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I think it's a tentative recommend to those who are squeamish and don't like this kind of intense subject matter. But it is a good movie, and I think it's worth checking out, especially if you like Lynch. But next week we're gonna continue finishing our Lynch movies. We're gonna be watching Dune. So no Wheel this week. We're watching David Lynch's Dune. The 1984 one, I believe. So make sure you tune in 2 weeks. So it'll be 2 weeks from now. We'll be covering Dune. If you guys haven't done so already, give us a follow on our social medias. We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook /Threads, X/Twitter. As always, I have been your host, the Dale, followed by my co-host, Mr. Cea.
Adios.
Talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.